two titles to be decided in the women's and the men's eights. 4 years ago, Romania, Canada, Belarus was the 1, 2, 3 a year ago, and actually kept Great Britain out of this final by pushing them out in the repechage. So Romania, surely, Dan, the 8 to beat.
Oh, Romania's startlingly good crews. I saw them a few days ago just practicing some starts near the finish there. They won their heat, and they are an outstanding crew with this great experience from only 13 athletes. They've got 13 athletes really who they choose their boats from, and they never really know who is going to be rowing in what boat when it comes to regatta. But here they are now, really forcing the pace in these early stages of the race.
Yeah, Belarus just on the near side, they often go out fast, and they've actually got the bow there, 8 just in front of everybody else. But they'll find it tough to hang on to that position.
Yeah, Belarus are rowing very well. I mean, they're out there in front, leading the field, and they're very accurate with their blade work. They're moving very well. They're picking it up well together there at the front end. But you can see there now that the cocks there of Romania and Shah there in the American boat beginning to make an impression, beginning to fight back. And it's Romania, they're leading the chasing pack, and you can see just there, every stroke, they're creeping up the Belarus bow. They're just getting their nose up level.
Yeah, again, that characteristic start by the Romanians, finding their rhythm and now beginning to wind it up. Coming through the first quarter, still Belarus, well, who knows, they might hang on there and fight for a bronze medal yet. They've got a narrow advantage over the Romanians, and it's shrinking all the time now. The Romanians accelerating, and they're almost up and past this crew now.
Yeah, their technique is beginning to fall away a little bit. They're just beginning to throw themselves at it. Not quite so effective now, but Romania have just about pulled level. And the experience of the Romanian crew, remember they've got tired legs there, but look how compact they are. Look how determined they are. They're just so low in the boat, hard leg drive, and there's zwolle-Appeldoorn in the stroke seat. A great, great Olympic athlete.
When you just think of who they've got in the boat sitting behind Ignat, you've got Gafencu, and then Lipa, and then Dumitrash, and then Cochela, and Olteanu, and Suzanu, and Damian. I mean, it's a fantastic crew.
They've got 35 gold medals between them, that crew. I mean, they really are an experienced crew. But Holland are doing well. They're up there on leading the United States. United States, usually tough contenders in this event. They're usually up there in the medals, but they're being squeezed there by the Dutch crew, coached by René Meinders, who was the coach of the men's crew when they won the Olympic title 4 years ago. But it's now moving out in front, the crew from Romania, sitting there just very accurate, very strong, led by zwolle-Appeldoorn in the stroke seat.
Yes, I'm very encouraged to see the Dutch staying so close to the Romanians. I mean, we've often seen Dutch crews come flying from the back and just miss out, but they're right on the premises there in second place, and at the moment they're just ahead, as you can see, of Canada. Canada really could do with a little boost of success. Remember Derek Porter on day one missing out from the bronze medal, and still they're looking for somebody to go on the podium.
But where are the United States? They only really have Betsy McCagg and Amy Fuller from their strong lineups of previous years, and they are really being squeezed out of the running here. But there's Romania moving all the time, further and further out in front. Look how well they row too. They're so accurate, they're so well together, and very, very experienced. They're not going to lose this. They're out now nearly by a length there from the chasing pack, which is Canada and the Netherlands.
Well, maybe Al Moreau is finally going to get something to smile about here, Dan, because he's had precious little to rejoice as Canada come up now to fight it out for silver medal at the moment with Holland on the far side. Here are the Dutch. They've got exactly the right person by name, at least in the coxswain seat, Marty Quick, and that's what she's got to be with her race plan to get Ellen Meyer to stroke them into a medal position. But they're doing pretty well at the moment, the Dutch, and if anything, they've moved back ahead of Canada, who were challenging them for that second place.
Yeah, Canada, actually, if you just watch their blades, they're just losing the finishes a little bit. They're pulling down into their stomachs, just throwing away a little bit of the finish. They need to be better buried than that. And you've got the Belarus still there on the near side, their nose still there, challenging Canada, but there's no question about who's out in front. That's Romania, looking very strong and just beginning to break away with open water on the following field.
And the Olympic champions looking set to defend their title. Canada trying hard. They've got a lot of experience in their boat. But at the moment, it's Holland on the far side who've got the overlap on the Romanians and are really going well now, the Dutch. And I think they're not going to let this silver medal go, if that's what it's going to be, Dan, because they've really got the bit between their teeth and they are edging back over the Romanians just a little bit.
Yeah, Canada there beginning to try. They've got to hold off the chasing pack as well. Canada really fighting hard now for a bronze medal place. They're not going to catch the Netherlands. The Netherlands are flowing along, moving very, very sweetly. United States well back there, but it's Belarus. Belarus still trying to get back on terms, but I think it's going to be the Netherlands in second place. Canada beginning to open out again a little bit, but there's Romania moving right out, long, strong, and really accurate.
Yes, and this is majestic stuff. And remember, Dan, they're going, these Romanian women, for their country's third gold medal of this regatta. They've totally dominated the women's division.
Well, that would put them on top of the medal table, ahead of Germany, who have failed so badly in the heavyweight men's rowing at this regatta, but it's Romania out in front.
Yes, this is wonderful. Great stuff. A second gold medal for Georgescu Damon and Doina Inyat here in Sydney as they take gold and retain their title. An excellent second from the Dutch, and Canada hold off Belarus to at last post a winning, or I should say a medal position for their crew. And there's the Canadians feeling the pain, as they all are. Yes, and that's the best result for the Dutch. They were third in Los Angeles in '84, but silver medalists now. And as you say, the United States, who were winners back in Los Angeles in '84, right at the bottom. Well, I don't know where their party is tonight, but it'll be some party, that's for sure. And it's Anita de France, Vice President of the International Olympic Committee, and of course Vice President of FISA, the international governing body of this sport, presenting the medals to every one of these Romanians. Georgescu, the Cox, Inyat, Gafencu, Lipa, Dubitasi, Cochela-Cogeanu, Susanu and Damian.
Anita de France herself was a bronze medalist in the American four during the 70s, and led the battle for the Americans to go to the Moscow Olympics when Jimmy Carter, the president, banned their team from going to compete.
Montreal 1976 for Anita, that was her special day, but this is pretty special as well. Great crew, and when you think about it, the Romanians unbeaten in eights since 1996.
There's only 6 times in the last 26 years that they haven't appeared on the medal podium. It's an extraordinary record.
Yeah, the Dutch, third silver medal. It's for them to defend that. And Canada, at long last, on the medal pontoon.